dim sum. What's this one? Siu Mai dumpling. Our food here. Chili wontons, a good mix. Let's open it up here. Okay. All right, what's up DVW fam? So you guys might think that we're in Asia, China or somewhere by the background behind me with all of the, ancient Chinese Asian architecture, but we are not. We're currently in sunny, hot Viva Las Vegas right here off the strip, and that is because in this video we're gonna take you guys around Las Vegas to find some of the best dim sum, Chinese food, Asian food, hidden gems all over Las Vegas in 2025 for a fresh update. So some of these spots I've been to before, some are new, and yeah, want to share it with you guys. So without further ado, let's check out our first spot, Orchid's Garden, one of my favorites. So they have all day dim sum, as you guys can see on that sign. So let us check it out. But I also like how appropriately decorated and festive, like Chinatown, Spring Mountain Road area is in Vegas, because it looks like you're in Asia or something, but you're right in the desert of Nevada. Yes, so I have my tip already. So this spot is still very traditional. They still have the dim sum lady carts rolling around here because some places don't have that anymore, but this spot does. So it's still in traditional Canto style, Hong Kong style traditions, where a bunch of families eating, enjoying their meal. Chinese food, dim sum, should be enjoyed with the family. Yum cha, known as drinking tea and eating dim sum, and you usually share and do it with your family members or friends. That's what we're doing here. So this is the menu here. Pretty good prices, around $5 each. Oh, there's more in the back. So these are our options, and then this is the good cart right here. It has everything. Hello. Do you have the Chu Chow style dumpling? Oh, okay. The steam barbecue? Yeah. And then the beef rice noodle. Rice noodle. And then Siu Mai. Beef short rib. What's this one?
Shrimp dumpling.
Shrimp dumpling?
Try?
Okay, yeah, I'll try one. Okay. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Okay, thank you. So you get the freshest of the fresh, because they're literally steaming and hot in those cartridges until they bring it out to your table. So as you guys can see, everything is still steaming. Oh, one of the cons is that you gotta wait for it to come out, and you can't just order it. But yeah, so we're waiting on our Siu Mai. Ooh. All right, so this is the shrimp dumpling. Thought it was a Har Gow. Maybe it is. No, I think the Har Gow is smaller. She said this is the shrimp dumpling, and then this is the barbecue steamed pork bun. We got the baked one the other day, so we got this today, and then we got the Cheung Fun and Chinese, but this banuk and Vietnamese, and it's the rice noodle roll, which is this one's with beef. I usually get with shrimp, but let's get some protein beef here. So this is the sweet rice cake right here. Looks like a mochi-like, nice and glutinous. So we actually got some chicken broccoli here. This is like a lunch item, so not dim sum, but xiao long bao. No xiao long bao. Thank you. All right, let's see if we order more. This is our initial spread here. So dim sum should be eaten fresh and hot. So let's get started on our items here. I always like to do the Siu Mai. Let's do a no soy sauce, see how it is. Still fresh, hot, and steaming. You see, it's still juicy and dripping from the oils, the juices. So I always like to, judge my Siu Mai, see the shrimp pork ratio. And the shell is very thin, but still super glutinous and spongy. This Siu Mai is very unique. It's almost like all meatball, like a little piece of shrimp, and then the shell is actually very, very thin, like Siu Mai wrapping, and it's just, oof, that is pretty good. Nice texture, It's all about texture, but yeah. I am a soy sauce fiend. With dim sum, I like it very salty, but it's already honestly very perfectly flavored. There is a lot of good flavor on there already. It's not stale or it's not flavorless. It is a big, juicy Siu Mai dumpling. Also, it's a good problem to have, but at these like traditional Chinese dim sum lady carts restaurants, like the Chinese aunties will come, like I was like in mid-bite and they're trying to sell you like all the dim sum and everything just looks so delicious. Like when you're hungry, my eyes are bigger than my mouth. I want to just grab everything. But I have some staples which I got here that I want to share with you guys. So yeah, let's keep eating this Siu Mai. It's a nice, big, meatball-y Siu Mai dumpling. I like this Siu Mai ball. It's on the meatball-y side, so a lot of protein. All right, let's try the Cheung Fun here, the beef rice noodle. Oh yeah. So this one can get a little messy eating. Let's try this out. Oh, look at that piece of soft beef inside with all the chives. It's very soft. It's all about the texture. I usually like to do this with a spoon because I like to, you know, slurp up all that Siu on here. So if you guys didn't know, this is a different type of soy sauce. So it's more like oil-based, a little bit sweet. This one is actually not too flavorful. Yeah, the sauce is not too flavorful as well. I would actually dip this in my own soy sauce here. So it's like a little sweetness, some more like oils in that Siu. But usually the Cheung Fun Siu, the beef roll, it's like less dense soy sauce, it's less salty. So I guess it's a good thing because then you can, you know, salt or flavor your beef roll however you want. So yeah. Not my favorite. Maybe I got like a stale piece or something, but the pieces of rice roll is not as glutinous or spongy as I hope, but it's still very good. One of my favorite items at all dim sum spots, so I give this Cheung Fun roll a solid 7.7 out of 10. I feel like the beef is lacking a little bit of flavor and the sauce, but that Siu Mai, guys, was on point. So much flavor on this one. This one looked really good, came fresh and hot. This is the shrimp dumpling. One of my first times having this at a dim sum place. Wow. There's little like pockets of shrimp in here, or little bits of shrimp, almost like little pieces of like shrimp cocktail with all the sauce. And it's nice and fresh, and there's a lot of like garnishes in there, chives, give it a nice fragrance. Needs a little bit of soy sauce, but not too much. Yeah, that one's really good. That rice roll in there is nice and fresh, glutinous. This is perfect. 10 out of 10 shrimp roll, because the shrimp is nice and light, fresh, it just pops. So I'll say the difference between this and the Har Gow is that this is like more shelly, more of that rice dumpling. It is a dumpling, it's the shrimp dumpling. Then the Har Gow is more filled with shrimp, but I actually might think I prefer this. This is very good. 10 out of 10. Siu Mai, 10 out of 10. Nothing bad to say about that. Barbecue pork bun. I usually consider this a dessert because the barbecue pork is a little bit on the sweet side. So let's see how this one is. Let's open it up here. Oh yeah. My favorite part is the bun, nice pillowy soft. But I have a lot of, I'm comparing this to Las Vegas dim sum spots, and I know a lot of great dim sum Chinese spots in Las Vegas, Chinatown. So this is very good, but I would say like the meat itself is not too moist, not too flavorful. Some people like that though. You taste more of the pork than the barbecue, but I like the leanness, so it's not fatty at all. It's like 80% lean, 20% fatty, which is a plus. But yeah, I had a lot of good steam buns elsewhere, but solid 8 out of 10. The steam bun is very moist. I love a pillowy soft barbecue bun. Dim sum restaurants always has like Canto, lunch, dinner food with it, but let's try this broccoli chicken. It looks really good. They really know how to steam their veggies here. Even in some of the dim sum items, like the chives is really good. So it has a nice ginger taste from the sauce, creamy sauce right here, and then like a soya-based sauce, thick. Chicken is extremely tender, very well seasoned. You don't need soy sauce in most of these dishes. Like even the shrimp siu mai, I would say the most flavorful one. You don't need soy sauce in that as well. All right, so let's try this sweet rice cake here. Very good, slight sweetness. In Vietnamese we call this bánh bò. It's almost like mochi-like, except it's very like airy throughout. It's not dense throughout. One word to describe this: very, very spongy though. Nice cold glutinous and slight sweetness. How Asians like theirs, are slightly sweet. I used to love these as a kid. I still do. I give this like a 9.5 out of 10. It's fire. All right, so this is the damage. About $4 or $5 for each dish. So we got 4 dim sum, 1 premium dim sum. So yeah, this is the damage. All day dim sum sign. So you will not mistake coming here that they will indeed have all day dim sum. All right, leaving Orchid Garden. So after that meal, overall DVW score actually 8.5 out of 10. The high spots were the vibes, environment, like even the outside of this feels like you're in China or something, and authentic traditional dim sum cart ladies. But whew, that was some pretty salty food. Yeah, maybe that's my fault for putting all that soy sauce in there, but dim sum can do that to you sometimes. But yeah, on to more food adventures in Vegas. Let's go. All right, so we've arrived to our next spot on this food tour. We are on the crosshairs of Tropicana and Decatur here off strip in Las Vegas at Yum Cha, all day dim sum, and that is what we're here for this best Chinese food dim sum tour of Las Vegas. So let's check it out. This is the meaning of Yum Cha, if you guys didn't know. It's also another name for dim sum. Here's a little definition. Delights, dim sum, something like that. But looks like a pretty slow day. It's Sunday, so really like that. You can see, you know, a lot of the dim sum cooking here. Some of the Asian aunties, sisters cooking up the bao's dim sum here, or bacon steaming. Ooh, looks like a bunch of buns. These decorations right here, bird cages, that's what I mean. So yeah, let's take our seat right over here. All right, so some of our items are here. The baked BBQ Pork Buns, one of my favorites. We got the spicy chili wontons here. Let's give it a little mix. Always got to give the chili wontons a good mix. All that chili oils on there. Ooh, so more of our spread is here. If you guys can see, it's still steaming hot. This is the chicken feet here, classic dim sum item. Ooh, so we got a shrimp and pork wonton egg noodle here. It smells really good. And one of my favorites, the rice shrimp roll, Cheung Fun in Chinese, Ban in Vietnamese. Let's try it out. All our dim sum. Most of these are dim sum items except for this wonton noodle here, which is a soup and noodle dish. Let's try it out. Doughy pork shrimp dumpling. Let's try the meat. Thin in shape, but really dense, eggy noodles, wheat noodles. Soup is a little salty, very garlicky, but nice and comforting and hot. A very healthy dish. That's a little bit on the well salty side, but pretty decent. The highlight is the wonton, so I'll give this a good like 7.8 out of 10. But the highlight here is the dim sum. I've been here before. One of my favorite dim sum spots. So let us try the spicy shrimp wontons, chili. Try it out. Already well flavored. There's already some vinegar in there for a slight sweetness, and that heat from those dried chilies that rises. Ooh, you hear it in my voice, but very good. It's on like the sweet chili side. And let's try one of these pork shrimp Siu Mai, one of my favorite staple dim sum item. So here's the ratio of shrimp to pork. I actually like it like this. It's very porky, more pork than shrimp. But also, if you guys have been watching my dim sum reviews, you guys know that I love my Siu Mai salty. I like to do some like chili oils here, like the dried chili flakes and oils with the soy sauce. Dipperoonie like this. Let's try this out. Siu Mai is all about the texture. Nice pop. These ones are not too salty, so really good with the soy sauce. I like it meatbally with all the pork, so I give this a solid 9 out of 10 DVW score. Okay, let's try the Cheung Fun noodle. So there's like that CL for us, which is the sweet and savory soya here. We got the shrimp and the rice. Let's see how this is. The dough is on the slippery side. Nice and glutinous, a little chew, but it's pretty thin in its texture. But a lot of the fresh shrimp, the shrimp has to be fresh. If it's like stale shrimp or not fresh shrimp, it ruins the whole dish. But there's the beef version too, and like a barbecue pork version. The soy sauce is it needs a little bit more soy. But the star is the fresh shrimp. There's an abundance of shrimp in there. Nice and fresh, so I'll give these ones like a 8.4 out of 10 DVW score. But yeah. Ooh, let's try these chicken feet. It looks, let's clean these toes, give it a little pedicure. It looks nice and healthy. A lot of cartilage, meat on there. A lot of protein in that chicken feet, because some chicken feet have barely any like skin or meat on there. So chicken feet is not my favorite dim sum item, but very good, thick sauce on their flavor. Not too salty, not too sweet, and a lot of meat. So if I just judge it objectively, like looks like a 9 out of 10. My dad likes it, and he likes chicken feet. And here's my dad. We're sharing our dim sum meal here. He's actually working on the pork wonton first, because yum cha actually means to go out to drink tea and have dim sum. So dim sum is actually should be had with multiple people, because you have a wide array of spreads. You pick a little bit here and there, and this spot is called dim sum or yum cha, to drink tea and eat dim sum. But ironically, you don't have tea on the table. But yeah, last but not least, we got these sweet and savory pork BBQ buns. These are one of my favorites. I consider this as like dessert too, so I keep this at the end. Let's show you guys what's in here. Oh, I love the texture of the buns here. This is gonna be good. This is actually my favorite, one of my favorite spots for their baked items. So I can already tell it's by good by the texture, how I'm touching these. Amazing. 20 out of 10, 100 out of 10. This is my favorite spot for baked dim sum items. So there's like a nice sweet, I don't know if it's like onion glaze on the outside, nice sweetness, and nice like crust. It's nice and crispy, thin crisp, but then it's super flaky and doughy on the inside. And there's even like some herbs and garnishes in this barbecue pork. So it's not just like the barbecue pork flavor, it's a lot of flavor in here. I wish you guys could take just to the screen right now. One of the most unique barbecue pork buns. It's not too overbearing, and there's big chunks of pork as well. It's not all fat, good leanness, but it's all in the flavor of the sauce, the softness of the bun. It's not just all pillowy, it's like different 3 textures, slight sweetness, not too sweet on the outside, a little crust. And then you get like the flakiness when you take a little bite inside, and then you get to the really, really inside of the bun, really soft and doughy. This very well might be a top 3 pork bun I've had in America. Number 1 was in New York, their Chinatown. It's basically like Hong Kong or China, and then San Francisco, and then Las Vegas. Yum Cha has the best bake items here for sure. One of the best. There's so many good dim sums in Las Vegas, but if you know, you know. A lot of them are off strip. Most of my favorite Chinese spots dim sum are off strip in Chinatown, not on strip. So that's where you guys could find the gems, hidden gems. And I'll say that because this spot is like pretty empty right now for Sunday afternoon. So that whole meal was $52. These are priced with each of the dim sum items. There's different sizes, so 5 or 3 small ones. You got 1 delicious one. So yeah. Oh yeah, and this is the menu. I love when dim sum items or restaurants have photos. It makes it a lot easier, but there's a wide selection here. But like I said, there's best is the baked items here. It's really good. I would just go here for the small items and dim sum items, but they have entrees here as well. But yeah, I feel like the specialty is yum cha, especially if it's named after having yum cha, which is having dim sum with the fam. Alrighty, another successful dim sum meal here off strip in Las Vegas at Yum Cha. Overall DVW score, I give a solid 9 out of 10, most of that being from the baked items, all the bakery goods. That's like a 20 out of 10. And then like the regular dim sum items, it was mostly around 7 to 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's why the score is now 9 out of 10. So yeah, on to our next spot. Let's explore more Vegas. All right, DVW fam, so we're back in Vegas in 2025, and today we're going to be visiting one of my favorite spots to eat off the strip in Chinatown, which is Cantonese food, dim sum here at Hong Kong Garden Restaurant. It's a staple for me. Let's check it out. You know you're in Chinatown when you see one of these. Caution, broken windows, so be careful, guys. Got the typical Asian kitty saying hi to you, Chinese firecrackers. It's all about the environment at a Chinese Canto spot. A lot of families eating, a lot of lazy Susans. It is lunchtime. Let's get some dim sum. All right, so when I come here, I usually don't get this, but this will be categorized as cheapies because look at this lunch special for 2 people. It's actually pretty good. You got like a full-on meal that could probably feed 4 people. 2 crab rangoons, egg rolls, drinks, steamed rice with broccoli, beef. Choose 2 entrees. So I usually get dim sum here, but let's check out the Cantonese lunch. So this is a staple for me. I always love the dim sum here. So we got the sheet to mark it up here. Typical with your pencil, whatever you want. But here are the picture menus. So there's so many options here. I usually get the baos, pork buns. They're really good here. The buns are fire here, some of the best buns. But my staples for dim sum is usually the rice rolls and the Siu Mai or the roasted duck. But yeah, oh, they have French fries here? Corn dogs? That's crazy. So this is my go-to staple dim sum item, the Siu Mai. I get this almost every time. I always like to make it extra salty with the soy sauce. Let's see how it is in 2025, as dim sum should be, fresh, steaming hot. Ooh, so it is really hot, steaming, how dim sum should be. Try it out. Looks like 2 mini pieces of shrimp, fresh, no fishy odor, and a huge pork meatball inside with the Siu Mai shell. Pretty good. Solid 8.8 out of 10 DVW score. I made a rare L with the soy sauce before trying it because this Siu Mai is actually pretty well seasoned and salty already, so it doesn't need the extra soy sauce, but I always love it extra salty. All right, so this is part of the lunch special, the broccoli beef. Pretty big serving. So, all right, let's give a go at this broccoli beef here. Let's get some broccoli beef. Gotta dip it out with the sauce. Try it out in like Cantonese food. Staple to eat it with the rice. So the broccoli beef should already be seasoned a lot. So the white steamed rice just cure the flavor. Let's try it out. Oh, so the fried flounder is here. It's huge. Look at this. So this is all part of the lunch special. So basically these 2 entrees, steamed rice, drinks, under 30 bucks. But yeah, let's try the broccoli beef again. So very well seasoned. A little bit on the salty side. You taste a lot of the ginger in it, but pretty good, soft, tender beef, and very good staple to eat with steamed white rice. Salud. All right, let's try a piece of this flounder. So, get a piece without the bone, dip in a little bit of the fish sauce, try it out. Crispy. That sauce really makes a dish because it's just deep fried, so you taste a lot of like the oils, but this is all that sauce from the fish. So as you guys see, there's little bubbles in there, so there's a lot of the fish oils and like a little slight soya, maybe some ginger, but yeah, really crunchy. Good lunch item. Love Cantonese flounder. I would probably prefer it steamed, but it's not bad fried. All right, last part of the item, ironically, coming in last is the appetizer. So it is the crab rangoons and egg rolls. So this whole set under $30. That's what you call bang for your buck. Also, when you're eating this fish, be careful. There's a lot of bones in there, so you want to take it out before you nibble on these little deep fried flaky flounder fish here. Crab rangoon. Thick, creamy cream cheese on the sweet side. But you do get a hint of taste of that crab in there. Imitation crab, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a bite of this egg roll. It's still hot. Some type of spring roll is very fried. There's like some mushy vegetables in here. I can't even tell what it is. It's just a mush. Not my favorite. All right, so just finished our lunch. So for the Cantonese lunch food, I give it a really solid 7.8 out of 10 because most of the items were actually pretty salty and the egg rolls were not it, but the price point, the cheap eats, saved it. But the thing is, I usually really don't go here for Cantonese lunch or dinner. There's a lot of places I go to, New Asian Barbecue or Ping Pang Pong, or even the KJ Dim Sum in Rio, that as well. But the dim sum is always on point here, so whenever I go here for dim sum, it's usually like 8.5 or 9 out of 10 and above. But yeah, overall DVW score like a 8 out of 10. So cool lunch update in 2025. So on to more eats in Chinatown. Let's go. Alrighty, so we're at the Gold Coast Casino here, a little bit outside of the strip for our next spot on this best Chinese food tour. Let's enter. Voila, here we are, Ping Pang Pong, one of my favorite restaurants in Vegas. And one of the reasons is because they're always open late. It's about 12 a.m. right now, and we're getting some late night eats, and always a beautiful setting in here as well. Yeah, let's dine. All right, so this is the family soup here, and we get it nice and poured for us. Nice seafood tofu soup here. So if you guys can see, there's tofu, there's like egg drop, this egg?
Yeah. Oh.
Shrimp, looks like scallop in here.
Seafood, yeah.
Seafood, so all types of seafood. All right, we got some of these sauces, vinegar, chili oil, soy sauce. How you think? Let me know what you like to put in your soup. I like a little bit of soy and a tad bit of vinegar. Let's try this out. So it's usually traditional to eat your soup first, get a soup first with your Chinese dinner. Let's try this out. The texture is very thick. I like a thick soup. And nice slippery egg whites in here. And the tofu is really soft, so it's all about texture, but the shrimp and the seafood and scallops are very crunchy. So soft, creamy, smooth, and then nice pops from the fresh seafood, but no seafoody, fishy odor or anything. Very fresh. Ping Pang Pong makes really good Chinese food. Ooh, so one of my favorite items is here, what we came for, the roasted duck with the cilantro garnishes on top. Skin looks really crispy. This is a half. It was a very big half right here. We actually saw a table next to us get it, and we were like, we gotta have it. Go with some steamed rice. Let's try this out, baby. Oh, look at this duck, guys. Look at the juices. You see the duck oils there. Duck is a fattier poultry, and it's actually pretty big. Let's try this out. I was debating whether to add this spot because this is a dim sum tour, but this is a little bonus because we're at Ping Pang Pong, one of my favorites for Chinese food. A little bit on the strip, technically on the strip. It's at the Golden Coast, and we got one of my favorite dishes, the roasted duck here, half duck. And they also have dim sum on the menu as well all day because there's a breakfast time which has more items, and there's like a dinner time which still has a good amount of items. So there's also dim sum here as well, but let's try this duck. Really juicy, dense with meat, no gamey odor or anything, and it's just super juicy. Already pretty good flavor, nice flavor. All the flavor is on the juices and the skin. But there's some sweet and sour sauce to dip it with. So much flavor and juices. Just gotta have some steamed rice with it to soak up all the duck fats right here. Look at that. Wow. Needs to say, one of my favorite Chinese dishes in Las Vegas. Roasted duck, nice thin glass-like consistency, crispy skin, extremely soft, but dense. Duck meat, a lot of meat, and really nice and juicy from the oils, not dry at all. Salud. So this is the damage. Roast duck's like 24, soup was 20. All right, guys, so we got a treat for you guys in the Rio right now. One of my favorite dim sums and Chinese restaurants on the Las Vegas Strip at KJ Dim Sum and Seafood right here. All right, DVW fam, so this is KJ Dim Sum in the Rio. So I was just going to make a, top dim sums in Vegas tour, but hey, why not include 5? So I could title it 5 top dim sum and Chinese restaurants, and this one is a staple here for me as well. So all of these spots I've included are really good. Some of my favorite standouts. You really can't go wrong with any of them, but this one stands out because it's basically on the strip, a strip corridor hotel inside a casino, and they have great Cantonese dinner food as well as breakfast dim sum items. I mean, look at our spread here. So it's been about a year since I've been here, but every time I come here, the food is delicious. Baked items, dim sum, Cantonese food. So just like the other spots, this is a double whammy. Great food all around, great environment. And it's usually one of the most packed restaurants for dim sum whenever I visit. So I give the spot an overall 9.1 out of 10 DVW score at KJ Dim Sum. Alright, DVW fam, so I hope you guys like this update for some of the best Chinese foods and dim sum restaurants in 2025 currently. I revisit all these spots frequently whenever I'm in Vegas. And I was thinking of ranking them, but you really cannot go wrong with any of these places. I absolutely love all of these spots. Some of them do shine more than others and for different reasons. Maybe I would choose Ping Ping Pong because I'm on the strip for a certain time. Or maybe if I'm craving a real good baked item, I'll go to Yum Cha. But yeah, so throughout this video, I name for you guys some of the pros and cons, where some spots shine over others. But seriously, all of these spots are above 8 out of 10, and yeah, really like all of them. But if I really had to choose $100,000, $1 million on the line, and you would ask me to rank them, I'd probably do... Nah, I can't do it. They're all so good. Alright guys, so hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, please like it. Comment down below if you guys have any recommendations for us where we could visit in Vegas, and subscribe for more Dan vs. World food and travel vlogs. Deuces.